So like I said, I was investing, well, I am right now investing $35 a day in crypto assets. XRP to be exact. I do believe in this asset because I believe it is the future of how institutions, big institutions with millions and billions of dollars, will be transferring and sending money. So you won't have to wait days on end, get approvals, and you just got to have that cash liquid, for fees, anything, right? So I believe this is the new payment system, and these are the new rails. This is what it is. All right, so I do have, some stacks saved up. Uh, you know, each one. So I always keep how much I do save right here. I didn't put down my last couple. But I've been saving it, and I love to have cash on hand, right? I love to have cash on hand. Anything can happen, right? So these are things that we need to think about, right? These are things. Sorry about the bed. I need to make my bed. Don't worry about that. So these are things that we need to think about. And it's like, how much do I save on a daily basis working 7 days a week? Well, let's do the math. $1,600 in cash, $1,000 in crypto, right? So we want to say that's $2,600 between the physical world and the digital world, right? Now, the rest I do let sit in my bank account. So I would say that's about an extra $500, right? So yeah, about an extra $500. I mean, it's more than that. I would say it's more, but just to be on the safe side, I would say that I keep about 1500, 1500 to 2 grand in the bank, you know. But just because in case I spend it, I'm just being on the safe side with the $500. But these are things that we need to stay laser focused on. These are things that we need to think about. This is the growth hub, right? And the purpose of this channel is to grow you, right? Progression, not staying stagnant, right? And the science of just keeping going, no matter how you feel, you know, uh, whatever thoughts that you have to, somehow construct a way to just get through those emotions. Try to reconstruct your negative thoughts, and try to motivate yourself as much as possible. You need a goal, an end goal to reach, all right, so that you know that can motivate you to keep going. Now, if I say you're not living if you're not dreaming, right? You got to have some type of dream that you have to obtain. I just don't see how people just go through life with no dream. Is this all you want? you know um some people, I mean, I guess some people are happy with the bare minimum, but for me, personally, and for my viewers, I don't think you'll be watching this content if you're not trying to obtain a goal, if you're not trying to reach a certain level, because there are levels in life, and each level, I mean, life is the best experience, or life is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher, right? So you have to go through things, and come out to the other side for you to know what not to do, right, and what to do. But some things, sometimes you don't know what to do, but you will know what not to do, right? And these are things that keep us on track. These are things that keep us going, all right? um you know there's a lot of distractions as well. A lot of distractions in life. All right. It's like a lot of pleasure, right? That is right there in front of your face, which is a distraction. Um, that can ruin you in the long run. So I think that's how the devil works. I don't mean to get religious or anything like that, but I think this is uh, the devil may be like an analogy or a representation of what pleasure is, right? Over discipline, right? On like a lot of people watch porn. You got sex. If you may be intoxicated and your sex drive is all the way up there, and then let's say you got a pretty girl, right? That you met somewhere at the club or anything, right? And she is willing to give it up. It's like, it's right there in front of your face, but is it good for you in the long run? You have diseases out here. You can get that person pregnant. It could be a lifelong thing now. Now you're on child support. Then maybe it's some infidelity involved. Now you've messed up your family structure. And, it's just certain things, right? You have that pleasure, right? Then you got drugs, you got weed, right? It relaxes you, but then the trade-off is looking like it, smelling like it. It makes you dumb, lose brain cells, you get lazy, you're unmotivated. Um, you stay skinny and stagnant, and become dependent, and it just ruins you over the long term. You have opiates, it relaxes you, but then you're drowsy all the time, or it decreases your libido. Certain things, right? Pleasure, right? Then you have food out here. Uh, um, it tastes good, but you got sugar and salt. It gives you high cholesterol, diabetes, certain diseases. So these are certain things that you have to watch out for. All distractions, all is just in your face for pleasure, but then it ruins you in the long term, right? It ruins you in the long term, right? And then once you look up, it's like, how did I let this get me? How did I let this trick me? How? Because you gave into your lower self. You gave in to the pleasure, right? So these are all distractions that try to attack you from every which way, right? And you have to fight these things. You have to battle yourself. You have to battle life, right? Because it's all a bunch of temptation that's around that is trying to throw you off of the path of discipline, trying to throw you off of the path to get where you need to go, right? I think these are the tests, these are the things that God places in front of you, right? So, you know, like I said, these are things you have to think about. These are things you have to stay laser focused on, and things you have to be aware of. If you're not aware, then you'll get tricked easily, right? You will go downhill, you will go downstream. Listen, I've been there, all right? And I asked, how did I get here? Oh, because you let pleasure take over. You let your lower self take over. And that's not good, right? Because, when you got the discipline, you build it brick by brick. You let a year pass, you let some time pass, and you're like, you know what? I'm where I need to be, right? Because you thought about your future self, right? And because you didn't let any distractions sway you, you let that discipline come in, right? You let the discipline take over, right? You have to realize, you know, I have to do things that I do not want to do. And then you have to accept it, and then you have to move forward. I am doing things I do not want to do for the greater purpose of my life later. You got to keep this in mind. You have to. Acceptance. Because you try to deter yourself from not accepting things. You try to deter yourself from not staying down, not keeping your head down, keeping going. You try to deter yourself from the hard things to do in life, right? Um, you want it easy, you want to be comfortable, You want to have leisure without earning it, right? But you don't want to put in the work. So how does that work? How does that work? You say you want these things, but you let distraction sway you. You let pleasure get the hold of you, right? You let pleasure smack you in the face, chokehold you. Do this, do that, do this, do that. You're a fucking slave to pleasure, right? You're a slave to pleasure. You're dependent upon it. So when things get tough, you shy away. When things get tough, you say, you know what? F this. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not the way to go, my friend. That is not the answer at all. When things get tough, you gotta headbutt it and keep going. You gotta put your dukes up. You gotta jab, 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 slip, cross, right? Body shot. He gonna come back. Pleasure is gonna come back. Distraction is gonna come. And boom, it jabs you. Boom, hook, right? Body shot. Boom. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. But you gotta keep fighting. You gotta stay in the ring and you gotta stay in the fight. You got a dog in this fight, all right? You have a dog in this fight. All right. So I showed you how much that I saved up, or what I save up monthly on a monthly basis, working 7 days a week. Okay. And if you take anything from this video, please don't let pleasure get the hold of you. It's your boy J2 and 900. This is the Growth Hub, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.